We're back. We are back. We're going to talk horror.
Yeah, but before we get started, man, listen, I watched the Broken Skull sessions with Steve Austin, and he sometimes had a little drinky drink with his friends, and I decided we're going to do the same, right?
So beer wasn't enough. We're going to go to the hard. We're going to go to the hard stuff.
We at least got to do one shot, right?
At least one. It's probably going to be.
And out of the appropriate type glasses, they are skulls, absolutely, because we're getting into the horror section of our talk right now.
Absolutely.
So a little crown apple never hurt nobody.
Absolutely not. I love apples. An apple a day keeps the fucking doctor away.
Not Dr. Giggles, though. Nah, he always stays the 6th grade version of me. You know, Dr. Giggles. All right, so we'll put that over there, and a cheers to you, brother. My friend, for being home. Always good to see you.
Salute.
All right, now we're going to start into horror. That stung a little bit. It's right there in the chest. Put a little hair there. I have to shave it tomorrow anyway, but put a little hair there.
I ain't trying to be no bitch.
I took a drink of beer too, so we're good.
Yep.
All right then.
At least we didn't take 6 shots.
Right. All right. So we're getting into horror, right?
Yeah.
Where are we starting, man? Because that is a spectrum of about that big.
So I just kind of want to throw this disclaimer out, and I probably should have thrown this out on the first video that we did, but hold on.
Take your time.
You know, I am coming up on 40. My drinking capabilities is not as good as it used to be.
Oh, dude, listen, I did not, nor did I care to drink a lot. Like, and then 2020 happened, and it was like I drank more because what else could you do at that point?
Yeah,
you literally couldn't do anything. Hell, they didn't even want you going to the damn liquor store, but we still did.
Bro, with the pro from the liquor store,
you do what you got to do, right? And then, like, you know, now it's like I'm back to not doing it very often. You get together with people, you have a few beers, it's cool. Take a little shot here and there. Have a drink or two. You know, you get older, man. You live that life. You did that in the 20s. And in the early teens when you weren't supposed to be there, but you still went anyway.
Right.
And you were drinking, and you were DJing and drinking at the same time. And then you just got to a point where it's like, this is boring now. Like, I don't need to be in a bar all the time. It's cool to go every now and then.
It is.
But it just... Yeah, you get to that point, like you said, man. You're in that age now where it's like,
You see that shit on the wall right there?
That shit on the wall right there.
I would rather have that nowadays.
And he's pointing to Bartles and James over there.
Yeah,
by the way.
So all right. Quick disclaimer. A lot of people, actually, one person came up to me one time and goes, "Do you like Halloween so much just because Bouncer likes it and you're trying to kiss his ass, or do you?" And no, that's the thing, man. He and I, actually, we just have a lot of similar taste, and that's what bonded us so well. So when it comes to, yes, we both huge fans of Halloween. Yep. My all-time favorite, same as him. Mm-hmm. We both love Revenge of the Nerds. We love 80s comedy. We love the same kind of... we just have the same sense of humor, wrestling. It's just, we click, man. And
dude, that's one thing, too. You can have friends that are into horror movies.
Yes.
But when you meet that small group that's really into the Halloween and Michael Myers fandom, it's a whole different thing, man. Yep. And it's a very small group of us. It's me and him and our friend Alan.
Yeah.
We're like the tightest group of Halloween fans that I know. And, man, we just love it. We could talk about it for hours.
Yeah.
Me and Alan have done it many times.
The horror guys. Hopefully we get some new episodes soon.
Man, I'm hoping, dude. Yeah, man, I want to get into that some more. And then if this one comes back more often, we got a fourth guy on the horror guy now too, and we talked about that even before I even started it.
Yes, we did
originally. So we can get him on the horror guys too. It's over and done with, man.
Sorry. So, like I said, I just want to put that out there. We're going to probably agree a lot on a lot of things. It's just because we have similar personalities. I'm not trying to kiss the man's ass.
And we're going to throw out, just for fun, a top 5, and it's going to be tough because my top 5 will change except for number 1 numerous times, and his is probably the same way. Yeah. But we are going to throw out a top. You know what? Screw it. Let's start with our top 5. Let's do it.
Now, top 5 horror?
Top 5 horror. Let's go from 5 to 1.
From 5 to 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Go ahead. Give me your number 5.
My number 5, it's... I don't want to say... Sorry, look. Y'all are going to probably laugh at me for this. But my number 5, The First Conjuring. That was the first movie that I went to see. And what, Conjuring, the first one came out, the 2000... In the teens? 2000 teens?
Yeah, I think so. Because, hell, it was like a 4-year gap between the second and third one.
Or was it like late 2000, like 2008, 2009-ish.
Might have been.
Okay,
God,
but,
yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Around the same time Rob Zombie's Halloween-ish type of shit came out and stuff.
Either way, that's the first fucking movie that has scared me in a long time. And I don't mean like, oh, that was... No, like fucking jumped out of my seat at the theater. I dumped pop and popcorn all over myself. Quick note, side... My wife, she's probably going to kill me. Hi, honey, I love you.
That's when you know he's about to tell a story you shouldn't be telling.
So we are watching the second Conjuring, or it might have been Annabelle, one or the other. Okay. But we're sitting there, and something happens. There's two teenage kids in front of us, two teenage boys. Oh, and it was a jump scare, and my wife screamed. But she didn't scream like a girl. She didn't let out this yell or whatever, or cry. She would... like that. It scared the shit. She screamed like a man. It just... After the fucking movie was over,
that's great.
The two kids came to us and they said, "Your scream scared us more than the movie."
Oh shit!
But she'll laugh at that. She'll admit it
that's
too.
Funny, man.
So okay, so number 5 was The Conjuring.
All right, and that's a good. Those I actually really like those series of movies. Just saw the third one.
I was gonna say, did you see
2 weeks ago? Yeah, and I
enjoyed
it.
it.
Yeah, I
good
did.
movie. Yes.
A lot of people were kind of iffy on it, but again, what people I think forget is that we've already had the first one, we've already had the second one, so the third one went a little bit of a different route, and they've all, because people have thrown this out there too, they say they're more love stories than they are ghost stories. All three of them have been like that. The husband and wife, the Warrens, have a relationship. They're married,
right?
And they show that and express that in those movies. Always,
yeah.
They're they love each other, and they show that in those movies. It's not a bad thing. How many times do they mix horror and romance? But it's a thing, you know.
Twilight.
We're not going to talk about Twilight, but anyway.
But a lot of that is how they overcome a lot of that shit. Is their love for each other.
Exactly. Which case
Wait,
in point, the third one. If you haven't seen it yet, we're not going to blow it for you.
Right.
But that is a big point of how things kind of play out. So don't shit on it because of that, dude. Just watch it. If you don't like it, that's your opinion. But remember, Conjuring 1, Conjuring 2, same way. When they make appearances in other movies in the Conjuring universe, it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Think about that before you say it was a fucking love story. It really wasn't. They're all like that. I'm done now. Number 5 for me, starting out, and this is a newer one to hit the top 5 for me, but Halloween 2018. Absolutely loved, dude, I loved it. I had my, and I've talked about this numerous times, not with you yet, in this aspect. I had huge doubts. What the hell is the guy's name that was part of...
Michael Gordon Green, and then you're Danny...
Danny McBride. Thank you.
Right.
When I heard Danny McBride was attached to it, I was instantly like, I'm done. I don't want to talk about it. This dude is on Eastbound and Down, which is a comedy show. This dude is not known for anything horror whatsoever.
I don't like his comedy either.
And I was like really, really sketchy on it, man. And then it came out, and I went into the theater with an open mind and said, I'm going to go in here and watch this and see what they do with it. And I was blown away by the fact that how much they played in the details. The fucking mask had the
fucking from the needle.
Yeah. Dude, his eye, when you could see his side profile, was fucked up from the coat hanger.
Mm-hmm. He had the dead eye.
Yeah, there were so many Easter eggs in it from every movie. And not just one movie, it was everything. The fucking van said Resurrection Church. Halloween Resurrection.
I'm pretty sure there was an Easter egg from every single Halloween movie.
Some of the scenes, just the way I love the tracking shot of him walking when he bumps into the kids, which is a la Halloween 2. Mm-hmm. And then he takes that turn and he starts that long walk down. He grabs the hammer, goes into the house and kills the lady. Goes into the next lady's house, shoves the knife up through her throat. Dude, I love that scene. That tracking scene was phenomenal. To me, they really took that and they blew my expectations away. And what they're going to do with Halloween Kills so far, which I've seen a few spoilers because that long year wait we've had, and we're still waiting, I think they're going to do it again. With these flashback scenes and shit, man, I think they're going to do it again.
I honestly thought when they were doing that tracking scene, I thought that baby was going to get it. You know what? Fuck it. I'll be the bad guy. He should have. He should have 86 that baby.
Okay, so he didn't kill the baby, but he did kill, what the hell was that kid's name? And it had like the worst name ever with the raspy ass voice. He's like, Dad, I just want to do my dancing. Like he sounded like a smoking lady that was 80 years old. Like she smoked her whole entire life.
Yeah, he did fuck that kid up.
I just want to do my dancing, Dad. And he snapped his neck. And that kid had to be no more than, 14, 15 years old?
And that's pushing it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Michael did kill a kid, and that's something we haven't seen from him. He's had opportunities to do so. He went after his niece for 3 movies. He didn't kill her until she was at least probably 18, 19,
yeah.
20,
Okay,
we'll say.
yeah.
You know, so, okay, she had reached the age of not being a child anymore. So he hasn't killed a kid, but he sure in hell did in 2018. And you know what's funny about that crying baby? That was actually Jamie Lee Curtis that did that sound effect.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah,
cool.
So that was kind of creepy in a way. But yeah, it was Jamie Lee Curtis did the sound effect. But for me, that's my number 5. And that's the first time that's ever cracked my number 5, too.
Well, I'm actually going to give you the chance to do this if you
All
want
right.
to, even though you just went through this long thing on number 5.
Yeah, the tangent's going to be bad. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
25 minutes will just be us getting to the top 5. I'll have to come back and do more. But
if you want to lump the Halloween series together, you can. Because for me, my next pick is a series lumped together.
okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair.
So would you like to change your number 5, or are you going to
No, I'm going to keep that one at number 5.
Okay.
But I will lump my first one. How about that?
Fair enough.
That's how I'll do it. I like that deal. I will lump my first one. Yeah.
Okay. Number 4.
Okay.
This is going to be something that I guarantee a lot of you haven't seen or heard of.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Laid to Rest movie with Chrome Skull?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking brutal.
Dude, I'm still waiting for a third one.
Yes, me too. Brian
Right.
Austin Green,
Yes.
I thought he was the shit.
Dude, yeah. Dude, those movies were fucking good. They were good, man.
Dude, the kills in the first movie were so fucking gnarly. Oh, man.
And that was one of those ones where it's give or take. It's hit or miss. You can go into a video store and see the cover for that, and it would draw you in, but you think, man, that movie probably fucking sucks. And then you watch it, and it was fucking good.
Now, it's no Hollywood masterpiece. It's B-movie, definitely, but it's just fucking a gritty, hardcore, in-your-face, fuck-you-up movie. Mm-hmm. And so that's my number 4, the Laid to Rest series.
All right,
1 and 2.
My number 4 is one, and like you said, a lot of people won't know about it. I don't think anybody will know about this except for me and my friend Christian, who I haven't seen for years, and Jesse. Those will be the only 3 that'll probably know about this movie. And it's called Dead Dudes in the House. And I've talked to you about it before.
I've heard of it, but I have never seen it.
It's put out by Troma, but it's not from Troma. It's one of those movies where they bought and they sell through their catalog. It's straight up B-movie, B-rated as can be, but it's fucking great, and I absolutely love it. And it was one of those movies that me and my friend Christian found on like Cinemax, I think, years ago.
Yeah.
And for some reason, man, it just clicked. We laughed our asses off watching it. And I remember there was a day I found out that Troma released it on a 3 DVD set. It was 2 other movies I didn't give 2 shits about. I went out and bought it so quick, dude, just to have it. And a couple years later, they brought it out. A company brought it out on Blu-ray, and it's under its real name, The House on Tombstone Hill.
Oh.
So I jumped, dude, $25 on this Blu-ray, most I probably ever spent on a Blu-ray, and I was like, I have to because it's fucking Dead Dudes in the House. That's my number 4. If you haven't seen it, I don't even know where the hell to tell you can watch it at because I don't even. Probably Troma's Troma Now streaming would probably be about the only place you can, unless you have it on DVD, or maybe YouTube. But I don't think so. I really don't think so. It's hard to find one, man.
I'll have to check that out.
It's fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun as hell.
Now, I'm gonna have to throw honorable mentions in because you're kind of handcuffing me, brother, with only 5. Because
I know it's hard, man. It's hard.
So
Not easy, dude.
I'm at number 3.
Yes.
This is really, really tough. But
we're gonna clash on the first one. Obviously, I already know that we're definitely gonna clash on the first one. I already know that.
You think?
I think so. I think our number 1s will be the same.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I thought you meant clashes and different.
No. We're gonna right there on the first one.
Yeah, absolutely.
We already know it.
You guys probably know it if you've listened to the last 10 minutes of this. But anyways, so number 3, Phantasm series.
Okay.
Fucking
yeah.
great movies.
Yep. I just got a chance to go see the gates that led you into the Morningside Cemetery when I was in California.
Yes.
Dude, it's cool as shit. Obviously, and it looks dead like the movie. Mind you, it doesn't say Morningside Cemetery, but just to be standing by those gates was like, whoa. That's that surreal feeling like, holy shit, man. Yeah, those movies are great. A lot of people don't like them, but I think they're cool.
They're amazing.
Yes.
And the one thing that we've touched on in just personal conversations and something we'll talk about later, Mr. Bouncer here has made his own movie, and he had a problem trying to find just that perfect music for that movie. So I'm going to say a score is so important, and that has such an amazing score. It's so simple, much like Halloween. Nightmare on Elm Street has that. Friday the 13th. And they're simple, but they fucking induce fear.
Those movies, all again, we're talking Phantasm. The first one came out in late 70s. Friday the 13th, 1980. Halloween, 78. Nightmare on Elm Street, 1980. These movies came out, and we're talking 20, 30, some of them 40 years.
Yeah.
And that music still can put chills in your ass, man, because it's creepy, dude. Like, you hear it, it's like, okay.
My fucking ringtone is Halloween, and if it catches me on the fucking right time it'll fucking... Dude, I'm just saying, man, a score is so important, and that Phantasm score, as simple as it is, to me, it's not so much, it's not scary, but it's maybe eerie. Yeah, eerie is a great word.
Yep.
It's fantastic. So for me, number 3, and my favorite out of the Phantasm series is actually number 3.
Okay.
So 3 for 3.
Which is probably the hardest one they say to find, like on a DVD and like especially a VHS. I really liked Ravager. I think that's how you say it, right?
Yes.
That was a sad-ass movie, though.
That was the last one, right? Number 5.
Dude, that movie was legit made just for the fans, though. If you were a fan of Phantasm, that movie was made legit just for that. If you were just an everyday person that said, I've never seen a Phantasm movie, but hell, I'll check out this new one, you'd be sitting there going, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
But if you were a diehard fan of all 3 previous movies, and then you watched that one, it was actually sad as fuck. Mm-hmm. Because you knew that Angus Scrimm was, at that time, he was damn near almost 90 years old. Reggie, and the way they played his character in the movie, it was just like, damn, dude. Like, it was sad, man, but it was good.
That was the 5th one out of the series, and, I mean, they started in, the 70s?
Yeah, 70, I want to say 79, I think was the original.
Was it 79? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
So, yeah, you got to think this movie ran, 4 decades, almost?
Yeah, because that was, maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago now that came out, I think.
Yeah, so...
It had been made for so many years, but it got stuck. And then they finally were able to bring it out.
So it took 4 decades. That would have ran 4 decades. Yeah. So that's... I mean, these folks... Angus Scrimm wasn't exactly... he wasn't young when they first started it.
No.
So...
He was a creepy son of a bitch in those movies, too.
Yeah, he was, dude.
I don't want to run into him, let me tell you.
No. Well, you don't have to worry about that now.
Well...
Rest in peace.
I would have loved to have gotten a chance to meet him. But,
yes.
All right, so my number 3
is
my all-time favorite vampire movie of all time.
I know.
And I know that this will piss people off in some cases. I know everybody's favorite when they say vampire movie, they say Lost Boys. And I'm okay with that. Great movie. My personal favorite, Fright Night. Not the shitty remake, the original Fright Night. Love it. Love Fright Night.
Very good movie.
Yes. I don't care what anybody says, man. Yeah, there's some comedy elements to it. Absolutely. But look at Friday the 13th. There's some comedy in that, too.
Welcome to Fright Night.
Bitch.
For real.
Just saying. We're throwing in bitch. How about that? But no, dude, great movie. I think Chris Sarandon, to me, played the ideal vampire. I don't think anybody else could have played that role.
Hit him with a little trivia. What else would you know Chris Sarandon from?
Well, the most normal thing that people would say, oh, Chris Sarandon. There's 2.
Yes.
The main one, I think, that everyone would say, boom, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Absolutely.
Voices Jack Skellington.
Yes. And then The Princess Bride. Those are the 2 movies I think that everybody would say Chris Sarandon.
Well, see, I'm
you
probably...
You have a different one?
Well, I've never
good,
seen The Princess Bride.
Oh, okay. All right.
But he was in Child's Play.
Yes, he was.
That's where I would say, for me, myself, Child's Play.
But that's a good call, though. I think a lot of people forget about that.
Yeah.
That's a good call. For me, I always felt like everyone says, oh, Chris Sarandon, Jack Skellington, Princess Bride.
What did he do in The Princess Bride?
He was, Prince Humperdinck. I think that was his name of the movie.
Okay.
And he was the asshole that was basically trying to get with Princess Buttercup and all that shit. So, dude, it's a fun movie. Andre the Giant's in it. And it's a good movie.
My wife loves that movie. I'll have to check it out.
Seriously, you got to watch it. Okay. I think you'll like it. Seriously, you got Columbo and Fred Savage and Andre the Giant and just a cast of
weird ass curio.
Billy Crystal's in it.
Yeah.
Miracle Max. I mean, dude, it's a good time. Let me tell you, it's a good time.
You know what my favorite vampire movie is?
What's that?
Once Bitten.
Dude, Once Bitten's great.
I love that fucking...
So look, it's Fright Night. If I had to do a top 5 vampire movies,
here we go.
Just in a quick tangent.
Run it off.
Fright Night, Once Bitten, Lost Boys. And then it gets hard, man, because Death by Temptation, which is another trauma-type movie, which is a vampire movie, which is fun as shit.
Right.
And my 5th one would be tough, dude, because it just gets so hard after that.
Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Which is
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Dude, yeah. It was just on earlier, and I was just watching it, for real. If that's not the best fucking... Never mind. I'm thinking about the TikTok I did with the old dude. You ever see the Wolfman? To the 25th power!
You almost got the giggle.
Motherfucker jumped at me! Big black ass wolf motherfucker! John Witherspoon was the best. I don't care.
Oh, I love Pops.
Dude was the greatest, man.
All right.
Greatest.
So I think I'm on to number 2.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, number two for me.
It gets tough, doesn't it? It gets really tough, man.
Damn.
It's like being a human calculator. You have all these movies.
It is like right now. There's so many things going through my head.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Because
5 is a very small number. You want to loop so many together.
I do, because like right now I'm like, I'm thinking I got Maniac Cop, I've got Blood Diner, I've got Motel Hell, I've got the stuff, I've got fucking just The Howling.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't leave out Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, or Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
So where Hellraiser? Where do you go?
And that's where it gets tough, man. Go? Because my number 2 is none of those, and I love all of those.
So I'm gonna go. My number 2. It's gonna be a little bit People Under the Stairs.
And one of the ones that to me, one of the most underrated Wes Craven movies.
Yes.
Right up there with Shocker. Yes. I think those two, because everyone thinks Wes Craven, they think of 2 movies right off the bat: Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream. That's it. That's all they think about. But dude, People Under the Stairs and Shocker, if you haven't seen them, fun as fuck, dude.
So since you brought that up, I'll say this real quick.
All right.
For me, by far, the creepiest, coolest, scariest opening scene belongs to Scream, the original Scream. Because that is something that could... I never necessarily got scared outside of Michael Myers by like supernatural and zombies and shit like that. It was the stuff that you know could really fucking happen to you.
Yeah.
So that was just fucking...
It's a conversation me and Jesse had years ago too. We talked about the difference between Michael Myers and The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Now Jesse believes more in the possession type of storyline that can happen.
Okay.
And I'm more I can go put a mask on right now and start killing people.
Right.
Right? Before you're going to get possessed and start spitting green shit at me, I got to leave the fucking house and call a young priest an old priest. Right? That's where me and Jesse had this little bit of a differ. We didn't fight about it. We didn't argue about it. Right. It just was what it was. He believed more in that spectrum of the possession thing. And I said, well, dude, I can go put a mask on right now. Anybody could. And just start killing people. That's what I mean, we could. I have a list, just saying. Did I just admit that on YouTube? Fuck, there goes the video. But anyway, but no, dude, you can just, anybody can go do that.
Right.
But you're right. You're absolutely right. It's more of that could happen. You could be at home popping your little popcorn thinking you're about to watch a movie and hang out with your boyfriend or girlfriend if you're a guy. And all of a sudden the phone rings and he says, hey, what's your favorite scary movie? And it's just this dude flirting with you, and all of a sudden you tell him you're about to hang up and he tells you he's going to catch you like a fucking fish. And you're screwed because the dude's already there and he's watching you. What do?
What's your name? Well, why do I want to tell you my... Because I want to know who I'm watching.
Or I want to know who I'm looking at.
Yeah,
what
that's
you say? I want to know who I'm talking to. That's not what you said.
No, motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because that shit's creepy as fuck, dude. It's real life. It's real life, dude. Good choice.
But, okay, so that was my number 2.
So my number 2 is one that, again, may not be popular to some people, and it's not the remake when you hear this, so please don't go there. Okay. Night of the Demons. I love Night of the Demons. I love that whole series of movies. But I love the original Night of the Demons. I don't know what it is, dude, about that movie. I know that Stooge is my favorite character, and he has the best line in any movie ever. He says, "Eat a bowl of fuck." And if that isn't a great fucking line in a movie, that's everyday life. Someone pisses you off, tell them to eat a bowl of fuck. I might use that for wrestling one time. When a fan pisses me off, tell them to eat a bowl of fuck. Just saying. How we doing on time?
Well,
we're running the gauntlet, aren't we?
Our timer is going to go off in 1 minute and 28 seconds.
All right, we got time to hit our number 1.
So you want to do number 1 together?
We're going to do this together. Here we go. And 3, 2, number 1 for both of us.
Halloween.
Because you knew it was coming. And here's where I'm going to take my option to lump. Because I want to do Halloween 2 in there too.
Yes.
Because despite the fact that Halloween 2 was cut out of the canon thing when it came to Halloween 2018, I have always said this and I will always stand by this. I think Halloween 2 is the perfect sequel.
Yeah.
I really do, man. There was just so much good about that movie. Whereas, okay, there's some ifs and ands and buts about it that people will nitpick about, and that's fine because people do that about everything in everyday life. But that movie was the perfect sequel to Halloween from '78.
Very nice.
Absolutely think it was a perfect sequel. How do you feel about Halloween 2?
I do enjoy me some Halloween 2. It's an amazing movie. You've got Dick Warlock, who is an amazing stuntman and really made Michael Myers his own. Yeah. Very different from Nick Castle.
Yep.
So while we got about 30 seconds left, I'm going to go ahead and lump mine together. So it's going to be Halloween 1, 2, 4.
Yes.
2018. Mm-hmm. But one of my absolute favorites that does not get enough respect, 6.
I like dude, here's the thing. I like the whole Halloween film series where everyone hates Resurrection, where everyone says that H2O was shitty. Every movie has their own thing, man. Halloween, the original, 78, nothing will top it. Halloween 2, great sequel. Halloween 3, that's our alarm to shut the fuck up, but I'm going to keep going real quick. Halloween 3 was out of the complete spectrum of what anything Halloween dealt with in the first 2 movies, but it was supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
Because originally Halloween was supposed to be an anthology. Every year it was going to be something different set on Halloween. So they took that approach and they did it. And for its own movie, it's a fun movie. 4 was a great pickup to bring the series back. 5, a lot of people shit on 2, but I thought was fun.
Still good.
6 is good. H2O was fun, man, to bring back 20 years later, obviously. And then you got Resurrection. Okay, maybe the first 15 minutes were phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love when that dude is telling the story about Michael Myers as he's walking down the hallway. That is one of the coolest fucking things ever. Does it get a little lazy after that? Maybe. Still a fun movie. And don't hate it just because of Busta Rhymes. It's not worth it. And then you get into Rob Zombie's.
Fuck them. That's my opinion.
It took me a long time to get into the first one. I can't stand the second one. And then you go into 2018, and then we carry on to Kills and Ends, which we still haven't seen yet. But when we do, I'm sure we're going to talk about that too. That's our number 1. We combined them together. We talked about the whole Halloween franchise, but we're not done because we still got horror movies to talk about.
That's right. So when we come back from this, I'm going to do some honorable mentions. You want to do some honorable mentions?
Absolutely.
And then we'll get into some more horror. And then I think we might even dip back into some wrestling. And then we got 80s comedies and shit to talk about.
Oh, God. All day. All day. We'll be here all day.
See you in just a minute.
See you soon.